Hot Wheels P and Q case, two of the most highly anticipated cases for 2023. And with good reason. You can see there's a little bit of something here for everybody. So let's go ahead and take a look at these cars and see what's here for you. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorites are from these cases, and I'll let you know mine toward the end of the video. I did find both of these in single shippers at the Dollar General, and they also had these Zamacs in here. We won't touch on these in detail, but just know that they're in here. These are from the Q case. We have the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy, which actually looks really nice as a Zamac. And we have the Ford Bronco R. Two really nice castings there. Let's go ahead and get into the P case here. We have a new casting for 2023, the Jeep FC. Really interesting. I don't know a lot about this casting in real life, or this car in real life, but I think they did an excellent job with the color to introduce this with. And pretty detailed. Looks like it has like a seat here in the back and a spare tire. Almost reminds you of like a Deuce and a Half or maybe a Unimog or something. I'm sure it's a lot smaller than that, but a really interesting casting. Very nice for you off-road fans out there. Next, we have the Ford F-150 Lightning Custom. I'm kind of a Ford fan, F-150 fan anyway. This one, for me, is maybe a little bit overdone, but for the style they were going for, I think they did a really good job, actually. Livery is, fitting. Pretty good detail on the front. Got a nice air dam there. Wheel choice, I think, is good for what they were going for. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do a different wheel on the front, but I'm glad they didn't because I normally don't like that. Pretty good detail here in the back. Obviously, nothing as far as taillights or headlights go, but overall, nice casting. That's also new for 2023. We have the Jeep Scrambler. Jeep fans, you'll probably enjoy this. This is in silver. I'm not usually a fan of the mud studs, which, this is Baja Blazer set, but it has mud studs on it. Either way, I do think they probably could have done a little bit different color on this, and I would have liked it more. But this just kind of is what it is with Hot Wheels. Overall, if you're a Jeep fan, I still think you'd be glad to pick it up. Probably my favorite casting overall in this set that I picked up is the Datsun Bluebird wagon. And honestly, guys, I'm not the biggest Datsun fan or 510 fan. I know there's a lot of people out there that are. But something about the color and definitely the wheels here just make it for me. I could probably go on these wheels alone. Very excellent. And I think what they've done here, just for reference, if you're familiar with these wheels that they have on the Alfa Romeo, I believe it's the same wheel. They've just colored it instead of left it chrome, which is a really nice touch because I love the wheels on that car, and that's what makes that car for me too. But overall, just a really nice casting. Not a lot of detail on the front or back. Everything went into the livery. But very nice paint. Obviously, this isn't the Super Treasure Hunt, but the Super Treasure Hunt for this case is this car. But the paint on this main line looks really good as well, and so do the wheels. So, very excellent pickup there. Have the newly retooled Dodge Viper, so 92 Dodge Viper RT10. Like I said, this is new technically for 2023. I think they did a really good job here. Very nice to see this in red. Good detail on the headlights. Excellent wheel choice. Just overall a really nice casting, and we even have some taillight detail here. It's kind of hard to see because it blends in with the red, but they did a really good job with it, I think. Nice detail on the license plate too. Very glad to have this casting, and just a really good representation of the car now. Land Lowrider, this one normally I wouldn't pick up, but the paint and the style on this one mixed with these wheels, just I couldn't pass it up. Really nice casting here. Enjoy it. Of course, it's a fantasy casting, but just looks really cool. Something nice to set on a shelf. Going with all those were new to the case. These next few are just recolors, I believe. Actually, no, this one's new to the case too. This is the 69 Dodge Charger 500. Looks really good in the purple here. White racing stripes and white stripe on the side. Of course, the rear bumper and rear taillights, headlights, everything's chrome there. Really nice kind of classic style casting, but very good nonetheless. Nice wheel choice there. I think that matches the newer Charger that we had recently as well, which was also a really good looking casting. Now these two are the recolors here for the P case. Subaru WRX STI. Really excellent version of this casting, I think. Of course, we have a nice detail on the headlights here. Good wheel choice. Nice little subtle stripe here. Just overall, really good casting. I do wish they would have just put a little bit of paint on those taillights just because the casting is so complete otherwise. Really nice. If I was going to open this up, I might take a paint pen and put some red on there, but really good casting overall. '71 Plymouth GTX, probably another one of my favorites. Actually, these are probably two of my other favorites from the case. But this one right here, really nice color. Again, just kind of that classic muscle car style for Hot Wheels. Excellent wheel choice, nice color. A lot of different shades of blue here. 440 badging. Just overall, a really nice casting. Just solid, just solid, kind of an old school casting. And probably for a lot of the muscle fans out there, I'd say that's about right. That's probably perfect. Moving on to the Q case. Really nice casting here. I'm kind of digging this. I didn't expect it. Hadn't seen it before, actually. But this is new for 2023. This is the Mad Mike Drift Attack. It's almost like they took a Group C car and made a drift car out of it, which I just love that idea. Very nice livery here. Good details. And another one where I don't mind the wheel choice, even though they're different on the front and back. And interesting here, kind of like what the saying about the mullet, business in the front, party in the back. Definitely could get those vibes with this car, but just a really neat, different little type of car. Of course, it's Mad Mike, so a lot of people is going to enjoy it. But a really cool pickup. I'll be interested to see what they do with the recolor on this. One of the only other tuned cars so far that I like, the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6. This is just, a cute little car. Really nice paint on here, actually. But I think the style, just kind of the more rounded look of the Porsche, kind of lends to it being tuned. And really nice details on here, actually. You have the exhaust, the tail lights, even on the front with the turn signals and the headlights. I don't know if that's what people are necessarily looking for in this car. But new casting for 2023, I like it. I'm sure we'll see more of them. But one of the only tuned cars so far that I actually enjoy. Have the treasure hunt for the Q case here, the Volkswagen Baja Bug. Normally I like this casting. This one's probably a little bit out there color-wise for me. Mud studs, things like that. I kind of like the red body, though. But we've had this several times over the past few years. Not a whole lot to say about it. So if you've been collecting Hot Wheels for a while, you've probably ran into it. They didn't have a treasure hunt for the P case, but I found several of these in the shippers. So if you're out there at the Dollar Generals hunting for those new shippers, be sure to be on the lookout for this. Probably, this is going to go in my top 5 castings from these cases as well. This is the Land Rover Series 2. I absolutely love this casting. Normally I'm not the biggest Land Rover fan myself. New casting here for 2023, and man, did they do an excellent job with this. I would love to see this style in some other vehicles as well. This kind of throws me back to that premium diorama set they did a while back that had the trucks in it, kind of the beach theme. Man, this is just so stinking cool. It reminds me of so many different castings and so many different styles, and you would think that Hot Wheels kind of would have done something like this before. I know they have, like Surf Crate and some things like that with surfboards, but this is just perfect. I don't think they could have done a better job with this casting. Excellent detail here, nice livery. Nothing on the taillights on the back, but for this, I don't think you need it. Or headlights on the front either. Just cool. Just screams cool. Love it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, guys. Kind of a classic casting here. Of course, it says right in the name, Classic 55 Nomad. Looks good in red. Again, kind of that classic styling. Excellent wheel choice. Nice color. Could take a little bit different, maybe clear or smoked on the glass instead of the ruby here. But overall, not a bad looking casting. 69 Ford Boss Mustang 302. I almost passed these up because they were all behind other cars, and I had already picked up the newer version of this. I can't remember what the now version is of this then and now. Or what is it then? Yeah, this is the then version. I'm going to get myself mixed up here, guys. But anytime I see a Falcon livery, I usually pick it up. Kind of a fan of that. Fan of the color schemes. Kind of started back with the, Copo Camaro in the ID series. Absolutely love that. And they've had some really cool castings in these. Again, I'm going to say it another time. Classic muscle car style casting, but it works. And, excellent wheel choice. Of course, the color is what it is. But definitely glad to be able to pick that up as well. Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. I'll be honest with you, not normally my cup of tea, but I definitely am digging this casting in this color. And, just a cool, this front wheel kind of gets me on this. I know it's wild, it's crazy, but yeah, I just could have dug maybe a different color for myself. Of course, this is not the Super Treasure Hunt, but if I had got the Super Treasure Hunt, this is what the car would be for this case. And, I think this kind of has a little cult following. Out of the ones that we've seen of these, I think this is probably my favorite so far just because of the color. 64 Lincoln Continental. I'm pretty sure this is going to have a pretty big fan base as well. Really nice job here. I love that they did the gold chrome all the way around and this like kind of rose color. Just, oh man, great. Great color combination. I could totally see this being something from the RLC, like a lowrider with the movable suspension, kind of like they did with the Monte Carlo and the Impalas. Really clean looking casting here. Oh, look at that interior. You can't hardly see it good in this lighting, but it's like a purple. Kind of matches this little stripe here. Overall, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Normally, I am not really that big of a fan of cars like this, but this one is just so well done. If you like cars like this, if you're a Lincoln Continental fan, I think you're going to be absolutely ecstatic when you see this thing. For a mainline, this thing is gorgeous. They did such an excellent job with this casting. Those are all new castings. The rest of these are going to be recolors for the Q case. Of course, this is new for 2023, but we've already had it in white. This is the Audi 90 Quattro. Really cool looking casting here. The other one was in white. A lot of them I've seen had paint issues. I think this one in red honestly looks a little bit better, and from what I've seen, it doesn't have near the paint issues with the peeling and the scratching. Of course, nothing really on the back here with the tail lights, and even if it did, it would blend in. Front kind of has headlights, I guess they're painted on. Of course, it's a race car, so it kind of blends in with the livery there. But overall, really nice casting. 1986 Toyota van. We've already had several iterations of this. I just picked this up because I thought the color scheme was cool. And that's kind of the whole theme with this van anyway. They've had some really interesting colors here and definitely suits the time period so far from what I've seen. Not a bad casting, fairly detailed for what it is. A lot of people, if you're new to Hot Wheels, you're probably looking at this and thinking, what on earth are they doing making that? But I'm here for it, and I think if you're an old school Toyota fan or, if you grew up in the 80s, 70s, 80s, this is probably something that can be a little bit nostalgic for you. 84 Pontiac Firebird, talking about some more of that 80s nostalgia. We've already had this one this year in blue. To be honest with you, I like the blue one just a little bit better. But overall, still a nice looking casting. Would enjoy a little bit of paint on the taillights on this probably. But, it's not one that it's just detrimental to. Wheel choice pretty cool here, although for the car, I might like to see something a little bit different. Ooh, one here that could, be in my top 5. I'm not sure. Maybe just at the bottom of it, just outside of it. 56 Corvette. Of course, this is another one from the Barbie movie. This is a new casting for 2023. And we've had several colors of this. Obviously, we've had it in pink. And, a lot of these floating around in different styles, from be it premium, mainline, what have you. But I think this blue looks really good. Really nice. A lot of people are going to get wrapped around the gears. Obviously, the Corvette, it's not normally a 4-seater. So I would really enjoy seeing, like, another, of these old, like, Gen 1, even Gen 2, maybe, Corvettes in this color. I absolutely love this color. But overall, really nice casting. Very excellent pickup. And last car we have here is the Alfa Romeo GT-V6 3.0. Don't know a lot about this car, but I absolutely love this casting. I think they did such a good job on it. It has some excellent livery. Just a cool little race car vibe. And I absolutely love these wheels. I don't know if they've done these wheels before this year, but I just absolutely love them. Obviously, I love them on this. Love them on the Datsun 510. I think it's an excellent choice, and the cars they put them on, I don't think they could have made a better match. So that's it for the P&Q case. Okay, I've had some time to think about it, and I believe these are my top 5 from these two cases, and this one would be the alternate just because they did such a good job on it. Let me know in the comments below what your favorites are. If you enjoyed this video, YouTube should be showing you another one they think you'd like up here. If you haven't yet, please help us reach our subscriber goal of 1,000 by hitting that subscribe button. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Happy hunting, y'all.